Hi everyone. So last week our theme was outer space, and this week I decided to make our theme rainforest because I feel like you guys like learning about animals and living things. So I thought, why not move from ocean life to outer space life to rainforest life? So we'll be learning about different animals, different plants, and just the way of life in the rainforest and what they're all about. So this type of chart should look familiar to you because a lot of teachers use this type of chart, and we actually use this chart when we learned about coral reefs. It's called a KWL chart, and it's what you know about a certain topic. So that's our K column, is what you know. The W column is what you want to know about a certain topic. And at the end, you fill out the L column, which is what you learned about that topic after either watching a video or doing a virtual field trip or just reading a book. So our whole week theme is rainforest, and by the end of the week we will have a long list of things that we learned. So first, let's start with the K for rainforest, which is what we know about rainforest. And I know this sounds super easy and super basic, but what I know about rainforest is that it rains a lot there, hence the name rainforest. So it's very easy, but I already knew that going into this week's theme. So I know that it rains a lot. And maybe you didn't know that, and that's okay too. Something else I know is that there's a lot of plant and animal life. When I picture a rainforest, I think of the birds and the big green leaves. So I'm just going to write, I want to make sure you can see that. Sorry guys. Okay. Lots of plants and animal life. Next, I'm thinking about a rainforest that I already know about. And this is just from being a teacher, and when I was a student, I heard a lot about this specific rainforest. It's called the Amazon rainforest. It's one of the I think actually the biggest tropical rainforest in the world. It's located in South America in Brazil. So I'm just going to note that I know the Amazon rainforest. Okay, and something else I'm thinking of, specific animals that I know. There are lots of birds. I'm picturing snakes and frogs. Okay, so I have a couple of facts or things that I already know about any rainforest. Specifically, one is the Amazon rainforest. I'll just put a star next to it because today we're actually going to be going on a virtual field trip to the Amazon rainforest. So that's why I kind of wanted to introduce this rainforest to you first. So now we can do the W column, which is what I want to learn. So something I want to learn is, do people live near or in these rainforests? Are there people who live in rainforests? I'm putting a question mark because that's a question. Are there people who live there? What do the animals eat in the rainforest? What do the animals eat in the Rainforest. And now I'm thinking, what else do I want to know? Ooh, we can just ask how big are rainforests, or what's the biggest rainforest? Actually, sorry, I'm scribbling that out. How large is the biggest rainforest? And my last question that I personally want answered is, how do people travel through the rainforest? Are they on foot? Can they ride bikes or trailers, tractors? How do they get from place to place? Because I know people have been there just to travel and see, but what are they supposed to do? Do they walk around not knowing where the animals are? How do you travel through the rainforest? And obviously, you can always message me if you want to ask another question. But these are just things that I personally want to know, because I don't know the answers to these questions. So hopefully after our Amazon rainforest virtual field trip today, we'll be able to learn and answer these questions that I'm wondering about. So please join me in adventuring through a rainforest. It's a pretty long video, but I skipped through it to just see the different animals in the video and what they do in the wild, and just the different types of animals. And we're going to learn about people as well. So thank you for joining me, and we'll always come back to the L section of our anchor chart. Hi everyone. As you know, we have moved on from the outer space theme, and we are now working on a rainforest theme. And as we do every week, we will be exploring a rainforest through a virtual field trip. And this week, our virtual field trip is actually going to be to the Amazon rainforest, which is the largest tropical rainforest in the entire world. So it's actually just a YouTube video, and we will be watching that YouTube video that explores the rainforest further. And then afterward, we are going to add a few more facts to our L part of our KWL chart. And as a reminder, the L is what you learned about the rainforest that you didn't know about already. And like I said, I'm a teacher, but I'm still learning every single day. I'm not a rainforest expert. So as I'm watching, I'm actually learning as well. The original video is very long. It's about 18 to 20 minutes long. So I will be skipping through. I just want us to gather a little more information so we can add to our KWL chart. We will be working on our KWL chart a little bit every single day. So we're not going to fill up the entire column, but I do want to add a few facts before moving on to tomorrow's lesson. So whatever you learn from this video, from our virtual field trip, please message me in a private comment, which you all do almost every day, and I actually really love it so much. So please don't hold back from writing me a private comment, or just let me know if you like learning about rainforests or not. I have a lot of fun activities planned this week, so I hope you enjoy this virtual field trip. And like I said, I will be skipping around. So if you see it's going from one part to the next, it's me controlling the video. So let's get started. This is the Amazon rainforest virtual field trip, and it is the largest rainforest in the world. And that's where the Amazon River flows through. It's this forest. So let's open this YouTube. Okay, so I figured out how to put the YouTube video on the slide. So we're going to get started. The woman you see is actually the woman that will be narrating the virtual field trip.
While in Brazil the majority speaks Portuguese, it is essential to recognize the multitude of indigenous languages of the people from the Amazon that have been co-officialized in the Brazilian state of Amazonas. These languages include Ningato, Tucano, and Baniwa. There are a total of 80 languages of indigenous people in Brazil. Brazil claims to have most of the world's uncontacted people, estimating as many as 77 tribes. Though National Geographic estimates as many as 84, many of them live in the western states of Mato Grosso, Rondônia, and Acre. And that is just in Brazil. Indigenous tribes in the Amazon exist in our present-day borders of all of the South American countries that contain parts of the Amazon rainforest. For example, the Yamanawa tribe is a Brazilian tribe. It's a community of indigenous people who live within the Amazon rainforest.
Now I'm skipping.
However, the Amazon is not just home to people. The Amazon is also home to a wide range of interesting animal and plant species.
Snakes scare me.
The Amazon River Basin. By any measure, it's one of the greatest natural habitats on Earth. The world's largest rainforest is watered by the world's mightiest river. It's home to the greatest diversity of living things anywhere. And dozens are still discovered every year.
There are around 40,000 plant species, 1,300 bird species, 3,000 types of fish, 430 mammals, and a whopping 2.5 million different insects. Wow! Some of the insects include leafcutter ants. Let's take a look.
Leafcutter ants are found in the understory and throughout the rainforest. They're also fun to watch. Look how strong they are, able to carry a piece of leaf up to 50 times heavier than their body weight. They snip leaves with their jaws, carry them back to their nests, and use the leaves to grow a fungus garden that feeds the colony. If you're an insect in the Amazon, one way to survive being eaten is to hide in plain sight. This ability, known as camouflage, helps them to avoid being eaten. Camouflage also allows an animal to sneak up on their prey when hunting. To help with this, some insects have adapted to look like something else, like this leaf mimic katydid. These disguises are very important for their very survival. Think this is a dead leaf? Take another look. It's really another kind of leaf mimic katydid. This orchid mantis is cleverly camouflaged to look just like the flower it's named for. Other animals use camouflage too. This eyelash viper is the same color as many tropical fruits. By the time its prey gets close enough to realize that it's not a snack, it may be too late. We hope you enjoyed meeting the many exciting animals that live in the Amazon rainforest and learning how they survive in this risky environment.
Due to the thickness of the canopy, the top branches and leaves of the trees in the Amazon floor is in permanent darkness. In fact, it's so thick and that when it rains, it takes around 10 minutes for the water to reach the ground. One fascinating fish around the Amazon is the pirarucu, also known as the arapaima or paiche, but we're going to call it pirarucu as it is in Portuguese. A menacing meat eater, the pirarucu guzzles up other fish and can grow to nearly 3 meters long. And what makes it super deadly? It has teeth on the roof of its mouth and on its tongue.
Ugh. Imagine having
The
teeth
Amazon,
on your tongue.
or in Portuguese, the Amazonia, is also home to other animals, such as the toucan, or in Portuguese, o tucano.
So the toucan or tucano is a type of bird that lives in the Amazon rainforest. And not just there, they live in other rainforests. But this week, one of our activities is actually going to do a drawing of this toucan animal type of bird. So we're going to draw together this bird. So look at its features, look how they look like, because we'll be doing a drawing of it this week.
Also, jaguars, or in Portuguese, a onça.
Onça.
And the final animal I'm going to go over with you guys is the poison dart frog, which in Portuguese is o sapo garimpeiro.
Shrouded in a blanket of clouds, they awaken. Their canopies of green
glitter in the sun, their wildlife start to slither, chirp, and growl, and one of the planet's richest ecosystems comes to life. Rainforests are the oldest living ecosystems on the planet. Some can trace their origins to over 70 million years ago, back to a time
That's
when
what we're drawing.
dinosaurs still roamed the earth. As their names imply, temperate and tropical rainforests are the wettest forests on Earth, receiving up to about 33 feet of rain per year. This precipitation plays a critical role in creating an exceptionally lush and biologically diverse habitat. While rainforests only make up about 6% of the Earth's surface area, they are home to over half of the world's plant and animal species.
Wow. I
This
didn't know that.
biodiversity creates benefits that extend far beyond the rainforest boundaries. Rainforest plants produce an assortment of food items, in addition to ingredients useful in everyday products and medicines. In fact, an estimated 70% of the plants used in cancer treatments are only found in rainforests.
Wow. Look
On
at that.
an even larger scale, rainforests help to stabilize the planet's climate. Its lush green vegetation regulate global temperatures by absorbing massive amounts of radiation from the sun. They also absorb vast amounts of carbon dioxide and convert them into oxygen, about 40% of the planet's breathable air.
Let's look at one of the virtual tours. We first found it on this site, History View, that I recommend checking out because they have lots of other great virtual tours.
So here's another one that
either
you can
watch
do
it
at
here
home.
or you can watch it on YouTube. So when you click on the virtual tour, you're going to be able to select what quality you want it to play at. So the higher the quality,
So it feels like you're actually physically there and you're looking at the
but I
rainforest.
found that on the computer, the 360 controls were sometimes a little tricky to use or to control.
So I'm skipping through a little more. Wow.
It provides clean air for the world.
This is really cool.
It gives life to me and to you.
On this virtual tour, this man who is indigenous is our guide.
My name is Kamanya. Ours.
So you can see what it physically looks like to be in the Amazon rainforest. Lots of trees, leaves. I don't see any animals yet. They're probably camouflaging like they mentioned earlier in the virtual field trip.
These trees give me water when I am far from the river.
Wow, interesting. Very important to the people living there.
I travel our rivers as you travel roads.
Wow. So no streets, no cars. They only have boats. Okay, so I'll end it there. You have many options to go on virtual field trips to the rainforest. They even mentioned one specifically in our virtual field trip. So I hope you learned just as much as I did just by watching a few parts of that 18-minute video. So I'm asking you guys, what can we add to our KWL chart? What did we learn about a rainforest that we did not know before? I know for one, I just learned that if you are not near a river, you can actually use the trees to get water. So I think that's so important because if you're in the rainforest for a long time and you don't see any rivers and you might be alone or you might be with someone, a guide, you can get water, you can get resources available, but at the same time, you have to look out for the animals because as we saw in this video, they are camouflaging in with the trees and leaves, which is so interesting. So please write me a private comment on what you learned just from watching this short video of the few clips that I chose to show you. and I will add them to our KWL chart. I want this to be more interactive. I would like you to tell me what to put on our charts. So once you do that, I will be adding it to our chart. Okay, I will see you guys. Hi everyone. So I know you can't see me, but I actually found this site online. It's called sportsmanparadiseonline.com. It's at the top, and you can actually watch a live rainforest bird and critter cam. So it's live, it's happening right now, just like we watched the coral reefs 2 weeks ago. This feeder cam is located at Canopy Echo Lodge in El Valle de Anton, Panama, sitting at just over 2,000 feet above sea level in the low mountains of Cerro Gaital. There is a small, oh, look at the birds! There's a small stream called Rio Goyabo that runs past the feeders in the background. So let's make this big and let's watch. So this is in a real rainforest, and we can see the birds eating. And look at that blue and yellow bird. That looks absolutely beautiful. You can see this is live. So in this moment, as I'm recording this video, these birds are eating this food that's in the rainforest. It's set up with a live cam. And I'm so happy. I was nervous that the birds wouldn't come out during this video, but obviously they did. We got very lucky. I know another teacher who did this for their students. They didn't see any birds. So we are getting so lucky seeing these beautiful birds. I was on this site earlier and I didn't get to see any, so now I'm just really taking it all in. There's a lot. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 birds. So you can at any time go on this website on your phone, on a laptop or computer at home, and you can watch the birds eat the food in the rainforest. Like I said, this is obviously a nice little setup that someone put here just so people like us at home can see these beautiful, beautiful birds. Because the Amazon rainforest is actually in South America and Brazil, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to get the opportunity to visit there. So I feel so lucky that I can take these virtual field trips and that I can watch these live cams, because I feel like I'm physically there. I feel like I'm taking a trip to these rainforests. And it's so beautiful. So I'll watch for a few more moments and then I'll let you guys at home look at it yourself. And we can hear them chirping to each other. Do you hear that in the background? That sounds like other animals. I'm making the volume higher so we can hear. Okay, so I'm going to be editing the video The website is at the top. It's sportsmansparadiseonline.com, and you can scroll and see more live cams like a rainforest. Oh, you could see them with their food. Okay, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing the birds.